Imagine this. Every human on Earth is given a choice, a red button and a blue button. If more than half of people press blue, everyone lives. If less than half press blue, only the people who pressed red survive. No communication, no coordination, no second chances. Just a choice. So what do you press? And more importantly, what does your answer say about you? Pause for a second, because this isn't just a hypothetical. This is one of those rare questions that quietly exposes how you see the world and the people in it. At first, it feels simple. Red looks like the safe choice. Blue looks like the moral choice. You might even feel confident right away, but the longer you sit with it, the more uncomfortable it becomes. Because this isn't really about survival. It's about trust. Not trust in your friends, not trust in your family, trust in millions of strangers. People you will never meet, all making the same decision at the exact same moment. And here's the part that makes it brutal. You don't get to know what they chose. You just have to decide and live with it. Let's start with red. Red is control. Red says, I refuse to let my life depend on other people doing the right thing. And honestly, that's not crazy. If anything, it's deeply human. History gives you plenty of reasons to think people will choose themselves. We've seen it before. In moments of crisis, people panic. Resources get hoarded. Trust breaks down. Fear spreads faster than logic. And when the stakes are life or death, self-preservation becomes instinct. So pressing red doesn't automatically make someone selfish. It makes them cautious. It makes them unwilling to gamble everything on a system they don't fully trust. Red is certainty, or at least as close as you can get to it. It's the feeling of holding on to something solid in a situation where everything else feels uncertain. Now let's talk about blue. Blue is trust. Blue says, I'm willing to risk my life on the belief that enough people will choose cooperation. That's not just optimism. That's courage. Because blue isn't safe. Blue is a bet. A bet that people, enough people, will look past their fear and choose the collective good. And if you're wrong, there's no fallback, no retry, no second attempt. But if you're right, everyone lives. Not some people, not most people, everyone. That's the power of blue. It creates the possibility of a perfect outcome, something red can never do. And this is where the dilemma really tightens, because the more people think like red, the more dangerous blue becomes. And the more people believe in blue, the less necessary red becomes. Your belief about other people literally changes the outcome. You're not just reacting to the world, you are actively shaping it. That's what makes this so uncomfortable. Because now your choice isn't isolated. It's connected to millions of other choices, all happening at once. And suddenly, this isn't just about survival. It's about responsibility. Online, people try to simplify this. They try to turn it into something clean, something easy to argue. Some say, red is the only logical choice. And on the surface, that sounds convincing. Because red protects you. It removes uncertainty from your side of the equation. But that version of logic is narrow. It defines success as one thing: your survival. Nothing else. It doesn't account for the possibility of a better outcome. It doesn't ask what happens to everyone else. It doesn't consider the kind of world that decision creates. Then you have the opposite side. Blue is the only moral choice. And that sounds powerful too, because it centers the collective. It prioritizes everyone, but it also asks something heavy. It asks you to risk everything based on what you believe others will do. And not everyone is comfortable with that. Then there's a third type of response, the one that tries to sit in the middle. I'll press red, but I hope blue wins. And that sounds reasonable, hopeful, even. But if you really think about it, it doesn't hold up. Because hope without action doesn't change outcomes. If enough people think that way, blue never reaches the threshold. The miracle they're hoping for never happens. And then there's another idea that hits people hard. If you choose red and survive, you're stuck in a world full of people who also chose red. A world shaped by caution, by distrust, by self-preservation. And the question becomes, is that a world you actually want to live in? Because survival isn't neutral. It filters people. It determines which traits continue, which mindsets carry forward. So now the question shifts again. It's no longer just, how do I survive? It becomes, what kind of world am I helping create? And that's where things get personal. Because this dilemma doesn't just test your logic. It tests your values. It tests your tolerance for risk. It tests your belief in people. Do you think humans are capable of cooperation under pressure? Or do you think fear will take over? Do you think people will rise to the moment or collapse under it? And maybe the hardest question of all, are you willing to risk your life to find out? Because in the end, this isn't a math problem. It's a mirror. Some people will choose red and live. Some people will choose blue and die. But the real difference isn't just the outcome. It's what the choice represents. One choice says, I trust myself. The other says, I trust us. And neither one is easy. Neither one is clean. Both come with consequences. Both come with weight. So if you had to decide, no time to think, no way to coordinate, just you and the button. What do you press? And be honest with yourself. Are you choosing survival? Or are you choosing the kind of world you believe is worth surviving in?